100, 100, underneath CI. Venez souper à 100. You're going to be a big hit with this when you get over there.
Well, I will be sure not to mention that in my show.
I'll write it out for you. They love me in Germany. Haben Sie die Absicht, den Beruf aufzugeben?
You speak German as well?
Yes.
Oh, God.
Every
Where
day.
did you have the time to learn all these languages?
All in Nebraska speak German.
Ja, ich trinke eine Bier, ich backe eine Kasserole. Wie geht's?
Hitler.
Yeah, that'll wake him up. I'll tell you something. Ask wherever so.
Oh wait, I have one word that I know, which if there's any
Okay.
Germans here, and you speak German, right?
I have German in me.
I
Are you a kraut?
No, I'm
I thought
American.
you said I'm a kraut.
No, I'm a grouch. No, I didn't say that.
You didn't say you're a grout.
No,
I
I'm
thought you said
a
kraut.
star, darling. Sorry.
What's the other humorous thing you can say to Germans?
Well, I have this one word. I actually have a German boyfriend, and there's this one word which he taught me that I couldn't say for a long time.
Oh,
and
not that one.
And well, actually, it's squirrel. It's squirrel, which now that you mention it could be derogatory.
Yeah.
But it's I hangshang.
Say again.
I hangshang.
Hansel?
I hangshang. I hangshang.
We write that out.
I hangshang.
Japanese.
I
from earlier.
Yeah, that's
What do you mean?
It's actually I hangshang. I hangshang.
You're scaring to Cavett.
We said that in my.
And then I said, that's the weirdest word I've ever heard. And then he said, well, what about squirrel?
Yeah. Listen.
But still, you make it work. I think that's what matters.
I could teach you a couple words that will close whatever club you're working in over there. Ask the Germans where Hitler's bunker was, and they will say, oh, yes, we heard something about this once, but I don't know. And if you happen to be standing at Checkpoint Charlie, as the Germans say, before the East Zone started, you can say, or isn't that lump right over there, right, isn't the bunker right under that? Oh, they say. And then once in Berchtesgaden, where Hitler's fabulous house was 600 feet up with an elevator that went up through the rock to that great Kehlstein house, Eagle's Nest house. And I said to an old lady, we're in Berchtesgaden, aren't we? Yes. Could you tell me where Hitler's nest, as they call it, was? And you could see it. She said, I have no idea.
Well, my favorite story is my mother was once in Bavaria, and she was driving around Bavaria, and she said to this woman who was driving her, she said, I want to see some of the Mad King of Bavaria's castles, Ludwig II, Mad King of Bavaria. And she turned to my mother and said, he was not mad.
That's it. Yeah. That's all you need to know. Dachau is.
But I have. Okay, no. Okay, you first. Bringing up Dachau.
Yeah.
Bringing up Dachau. It's like.
Dachau is the town, and I was doing a show in Munich, and I thought I've got to see Dachau and be able to go home and say I saw Dachau. And I didn't know that Dachau was the town. I thought it was the concentration camp was named that, and that maybe it was in Hamburg or who knew where. Went over there, couldn't find, we're riding around, and there was an old German couple on the corner, the right age, and pulled up beside them, and I was driving, and my wife rolled down the window, and I heard her say, could you tell us the way to your nearest concentration camp?
Oh my God. Well, I have this story,
Beat that.
I'm just so excited to tell you this because it is the funniest thing that I've ever heard in my life. And Walter Matthau, you interviewed him, right? Did he ever tell you a story about Auschwitz?
I'm sure I'd have remembered.
Really?
Yeah.
He told this story because I knew his agent from years ago. Anyways, who's also Barbara Streisand's agent or some guy, Willis, last name. Anyways, Willis, last name. Look it up. But anyways, apparently he had this story where Walter Matthau went to visit Auschwitz, and he was getting ready to enter the gas chamber, with a guide and everything, and he was going in, and all of a sudden this woman came up to him and said, "Mr. Matthau, I'm such a massive fan of yours. Could I have your autograph?" And he turned to her and he said, "Excuse me, lady, but this is a really inappropriate time for you to ask for an autograph. I'm sorry, you cannot have my autograph. This is not the right time for this. Sorry," and walked in. Anyway, so they went in, saw it, left the establishment, and were walking out, and the woman walked up to him afterwards, and she turned to him and she went, "I just want you to know, you ruined my trip to Auschwitz." Anyways, but that's my.
Well, that's classic.
I know.
Be sure and put that in your
I
act.
know.
That's really funny. And you're going to kill him in Stuttgart. with the Auschwitz.
Well,
Or Auschwitz.
I guess. Should we wrap it up, guys?
Yeah, maybe.
What? All right, I think we're.
Do you have any questions? Oh, okay, that's
I have
anything
a
burning?
question. I'm watching the Dick Cavett show. I stopped with these.
Well, shall I
But
say-
well, I do have a bunch of questions. I'll just call you. I guess.
I envy
but-
you.
To thank you guys for being on my show. What?
Can I
Dick?
just say one thing?
Why not?
Actually, it's two things.
I think it's probably more.
Have you? Is it the law that Chris Matthews and everybody on television who does interviews and talk and news shows has to start everything they say with, "Let me ask you this"? Have you noticed it? You can count 100
I
of
didn't
them
do it, though,
in
did
an
I?
evening. You didn't do it at all.
Pro.
No.
Noted.
Bush is it.
But that's
What now?
Bush is. Let me tell you this. That's what he says.
I'll tell you this.
What was the second thing?
Someone here is going to wake up in the middle of the night thinking, "Oh shit, Cavett started to tell a Groucho story." Aren't they? Am I wrong?